Here. Check, check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Recording purposes. If I get your name, please.
Riley Green.
And the name of your new single.
There Was This Girl.
Let's do this. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. My friend, thank you so much for doing this interview with me, especially because, I mean, you're here in Toronto, man. You're about to do a show. You know, you're doing your rehearsals and stuff, and you're making time for me, man. It's definitely an honor because I know since you've been in Toronto, you've been busy, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't mind any interview that comes to me. You come to the bar I'm playing, and I'm fine with that. I don't got to get on a plane or a boat or a car to get to you, man. This is fine. Appreciate you coming.
How do you feel, though, man, the fact that you've got all these people are going to come down, they want to hear your music, you know, learn more about you, but, you know, if anything, that you're on that line as being the next big thing in country music?
It's still pretty hard to comprehend. You know, I mean, this last year was such a blur from even signing a record deal. It's something I never thought I would do. And then having a song on the radio and then having a #1 song in Canada. I mean, I've never even been here before. So, you know, I feel like I need to come here and shake some hands and sing a few songs for some folks. And I hope that they like it tonight, and I hope they invite us back.
Well, let's learn more about you because country's in your roots, my friend. I mean, I'm going to say straight off the bat, the second I hear, we're going to talk about that new single, you hear country bang right off the top, man. It's deep in your soul.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I feel like any songwriter, you're going to get a lot of influences, you know. And I listened to a lot of music growing up, but I was definitely a lot more towards the traditional country. And that first guitar lick in that song's a very '90s country sounding lick, and I love that about the song. And you know, like I said, I grew up in Alabama, and I grew up listening to Merle Haggard and, you know, Johnny Cash and George Jones is what my granddaddy liked, so that's what I listened to as a kid.
That I call country soul blues, you know, and that's what you were standout with. Your dad, though, was sort of like in the business also, right?
So my dad was a carpenter, but his dad, my granddaddy Buford, just loved country music. And we actually went as far as to tearing the floor out of his parents' house, which was my great-great-grandparents' house, and built a little music hall. It started about 15 years ago. It's been going on every Friday night. There'll be about 150 old people out there playing country music. The old ladies bring snacks, and you know, it doesn't cost anything. It was just a kind of a way for a bunch of folks to get together and celebrate country music, and it's still going on today.
I love this, man. Your family is providing music in every way possible, though. But when did you start to know, man, that country music, this business, is something that you wanted to do?
You know, it's funny. I didn't know that even when I signed my record deal, I knew that it was something I really wanted to be in part of the business because I knew nothing about it. I'd never spent any time in Nashville. I felt like that George Strait has a song called The Showman's Life, and he says, nobody told me about this part. That's how I felt when I got on a radio tour and was gone for 8 weeks. But, I mean, it's as soon as I realized that I could write a song and people could relate to something that I made up, that I came up with from how I grew up, that was a pretty big moment for me as far as thinking, well, maybe I'll never be a big entertainer or a big performer, but I can always write songs.
So were you doing the bar scene? Like, what was the traveling around and the songwriting? What kind of songs were you writing back then before you had the deal?
So I probably put out 25, maybe 30 songs before I signed my record deal as an independent artist. And I mean, you know, they were getting heard. I was traveling around the Southeast and playing, you know, a couple thousand cap venues. Really fortunate to be doing that, but social media is something. I mean, I came up in an era when you can do that kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it was really cool for me to have that opportunity to use those tools and to build that following. Because when I got to Big Machine, I'd played plenty of shows, and I just really let them put their hands around my career radio-wise and kind of push me in the right direction.
You know, you said the word Big Machine record label group. I mean, these guys are like the heartbeat when it comes to country music. When they came, who went after who? Did they come after you or to them? How did that work?
So I was really fortunate. I actually had 4 different record labels come to shows and offer me deals. So I got to kind of like, I didn't get recruited for college football. I just went to the hometown I played in and played a little college ball, but I got recruited for a record label, so that was nice. I mean, I didn't know enough about the business to make a really good decision based off of who was who. I really just went off of who I got a good vibe from. Jimmy Harden and Big Machine, they came to my show in Chicago at Joe's Bar, offered me a record deal on the spot. I didn't sign it then.
Yeah.
I made him take me out to a couple more dinners first, but it worked out great, and he was just really fired up about what I was already doing, which that went a long way with me.
You got a chance to open up and share the stage with some great country artists too.
Yeah, I mean, one of the first big artists I can remember. I went in front of Marshall Tucker Band in Anniston, Alabama. You know, and since then I've been fortunate to get on stage with several guys, and now I'm getting to get on stage with these guys. I mean, as opposed to just opening up for them. We're doing these guitar pools. I was with Lee Rice last week. I mean, I'm a huge fan of these. You know, it's crazy. We're going out with Brad Paisley in May.
I was just going to ask you that, man. I've spoken to Brad in the past. Great guy.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about Brad, and he's been doing it for so long. It'll be good for somebody like me I mean, hell, I was driving my truck to shows a year ago, and now I'm going to go on a major tour. So I'll see how somebody that's done it for as long as he has, maybe learn a few tricks from him.
All right, let's get to the single. The new single is called?
In Love by Now.
What is the song about, and what does it mean to you? Because like I said, man, first time hearing it, it's just like, damn, this is true country.
Yeah, In Love by Now I wrote with Rhett Akins and Ben Hayslip, Marv Green, great songwriters in Nashville, and it came out very Brooks and Dunn-ish sounding, which I love that. I love any of that 90s country, you know. But the songs about the girl that got away, that was probably a little too good for me in the first place. I figured, well, I might give her a call, but she's probably found somebody else by now.
You know, and what I love about that song is what you just said, because I felt like this is a song, it doesn't matter what the genre is, every guy can relate to this, and I'm assuming you related to this too.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, there was several along the way, especially with this career that I'm in now in music business. Of, you know, yeah, I might go on a date with a girl and hit it off, and then next thing you know, I'm in Toronto for a week. So it's hard to keep a relationship doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, but you're doing okay, man, because you talked about the tour coming up and everything else too. But what about an EP or an album following with this single?
So we're gonna put out steady singles until we have the full-length record out. We got the record done. There's 12 songs on it, so we've got 6 of those out already. We're gonna put another song out next month, another song a couple months after that, and keep leaking music until we have the full-length record, which will be in the fall.
Looking forward to that, my friend. And do we know yet if you're coming back to Toronto with? I think you're back in Toronto with this tour.
So I don't think Brad's tour's come back, although it might be, because I don't look past next week on my calendar very often.
Right.
But if we don't come back with Brad, we'll definitely make plans to get back up here.
I love it, man. But look, to follow you wherever you're going in Canada and in the U.S., where do we go social media-wise?
RileyGreenMusic.com is my website. My Instagram's Riley Duckman. I run all that myself, so I try to keep up with as many comments and messages as I can. Riley Green Music on Twitter and Facebook.
I love it, man. Look, tear it up tonight at the Rock and Horse right here in Toronto. I know the fans are going to be looking forward to this show. Man, we're just looking forward to hearing more great music from you. Congratulations on the success of the group.
Appreciate it very much.